Yeah, I think in all seriousness, you have to look at this, and I know that we can joke about it or saying that's Antonio Brown being Antonio Brown. He wasn't always like this. He was a wonderful story, an underdog story, and you hope that he gets back to just playing football because he's headed to the Hall of Fame, if that matters to him. But I don't know. There's just, it feels like some of this is not as contrived as it appears to be. That maybe there's something that's really, an undercurrent here, that maybe he is suffering from something. I don't know. I think sometimes we look at somebody and we go, what's wrong with you? Not realizing that maybe there is something wrong with him. Maybe he does need help. Maybe he doesn't know that he actually needs help here. But I think in fairness to him, these are not normal things, how you act, how you react here. And I think we need to at least be cautious a little bit here because he's throwing away a career. Yeah, Fritzy.
Does a team have a right to have a player go through some type of evaluation like that? Or they have to agree to that? That's something that's out of bounds. They cannot make someone go through some kind of mandatory emotional or mental testing, for lack of a better word.
Well, I don't know if there's a test for CTE while you're still alive. Does that make sense, McLovin? Because, you'll have players who they're donating their brains to the medical community to study CTE. I don't know if they've developed something that can gauge CTE.
I think we had a guest who said they're working really hard on that to find that like protein in the brain or something. We had a guest who told us they're working on that, but I don't know that it exists now.
And I don't know if they do CAT scans and then they're able to see, different colors in the brain. And then I think I've seen some specials on that, maybe 60 Minutes, where they've looked at the brain and you could tell where there's inflammation or there's a different color to that brain. Yeah, McLovin.
It would probably be good because what McMahon said really resonated, that he feels less stressed about it because he knows what it is when the feeling comes on. Can you imagine having CTE and not knowing it?
Yeah.
I mean, you've talked to players before. Are they always aware of what extent they have it?
I think they're always nervous about it. I think I don't think you wear it on your sleeve. I don't think it's something you like talking about, because you don't want to make your family nervous, because that's what happens. Like Jim McMahon is going to deal with his situation, his condition. He just didn't want his family and his kids to be scared. And I think that with, this is a previous generation. Antonio Brown is, obviously playing now, but these guys who played in a different generation, I think they must wake up every day. And the older you get, you wonder, is this the day? Or you start to read into things where you go, wait, am I imagining things? Am I forgetting things? I still go back to a conversation that I had with Merrill Hodge, former running back. And Merrill had quite a few concussions, but he said that he would get in his car and drive, and he didn't know how to get back home. And he said, I could just be around the block, but I didn't know how to get back home. And we look at these players, they're all interchangeable, because there'll be another player who comes along and then another player comes along. Like, we just move on. But for them, they want to live on, but they may be living in their own personal hell. Yeah, Paul.
And you know what's really deceiving is how good they look on the outside. I worked with Merrill Hodge for a year. He's in spotless shape.
Yeah.
He's probably about 43, 44 when I worked with him. And he would eat like protein shakes and all this stuff. And he was jacked. He was healthy. And then he'd be like, could you turn the lights down in here? I get headaches from the lights. And we had to turn the studio lights down to where I could barely see him across the glass. But he was the best shaped person on campus.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure all of this out. But I truly believe that until you have one of those marquee quarterbacks, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, who then comes forward to say, I'm suffering from the symptoms, the side effects, then I think it's going to really resonate. Because people looked at Andrew Luck and they're like, what's wrong with you? You're a football player. You're supposed to be tough. I looked at it differently. As somebody who's had so many surgeries in my life, and I don't play anything professionally, and the ability to be able to walk away when you want to walk away, I give him a lot of credit. Do I want to see him play? Yes. I would look forward to that Colts team this year. But man, I got to look at this and say, your quality of life, if the fans were ever around some of these players and understood their quality or lack thereof of life, then they would understand you gave everything, and most of them would do it again. But there wasn't somebody to say, you know what, you need to be a little bit smarter here. We didn't know about concussions as far as what it would. You got stingers. That was the term when I was growing up. My brothers would get stingers when they played football. They were getting concussions, but we called them stingers. I mean, it doesn't sound as scary. Oh, it's just a stinger. You got concussed. You get your bell rung was the other one. I mean, I had one concussion in my life, and it's like I knew I was in serious trouble, where I saw stars, things went black, and you start hearing ringing. Like I was really in trouble. But these guys, they're paid to go back out there. But after a while, you just go, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. And even with Andrew Luck, I don't know if there's mental health issues with depression. It sounds like that. Imagine that's all you do. That's what you're known for. And then you can't do it. And then you just sit there. And rehab is lonely. It's every day. Nobody's there cheering you. You have maybe, a therapist or a nurse there, and it is lonely. I spent 3 months on my shoulder just rehabbing, just to be able to have normal life. These guys, Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, you look at them and you go, come on, you're big and strong and you should be playing. And it's far more than that. Really scary. But, I hope Antonio Brown is healthy. And maybe that he's just, this is his quirky personality here. I don't know. But I feel like there might be a little bit more to that.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.